Cherry Street started right after World War II. Returning veterans were becoming alcoholics and hobos back in the 1940s on the streets of Toledo. Actually, the 300 block of Toledo was Cherry Street's Skid Row. So Cherry Street Mission fired up right in the center of that block to really answer returning veterans and the troubles that they were facing. Over the last 70 years, we've just continued to innovate and stay ahead of how people can destroy their own lives. So now Cherry Street in 2015 is 17 facilities. We are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and very A to Z, so medical clinics, education centers, overnight stay, elderly housing, family housing, the region's largest furniture and clothing bank. And now we're standing in the former Macomber High School, Cherry Street's latest innovation, which is the Life Revitalization Center. In early March 2013, we actually decided to purchase the former Macomber High School with the original idea that we were going to consolidate our key services around the community. Really walking through the building, watching it stabilize underneath our feet as we repaired the roof and started really thinking about the building, we began really thinking about what is Cherry Street and our community truly missing in 2015 and beyond, and that is a way for people really to go home. You know, to have somebody who was an alcoholic or a drug addict or a prostitute or any other thing come through a transformative process. It's not redemptive enough that they're still sleeping, however, in a shelter bed. So what is redemptive, though, is once you're recovered and once you're in transformative state, let's get you home, right? And the only way to get you home and help you to stay home is the same way I stay home, is through meaningful employment and meaningful reentry back into the community. The Life Revitalization Center is exactly that bridge of helping people go home in our community. Here we have guests of Cherry Street Mission Ministries and our community. They're on WorkKey sites, which means that they're qualifying for vocational training. So what the WorkKey site does is it evaluates a person's ability to enter into vocational training. We just completed this project about a week ago. It is now ready for a state inspection where we expect our accreditation to come in any day now. But here is just a perfect example of how our community works together to put together something really, really phenomenal. So this is a state-of-the-art garage, all brand new equipment, where students will come in and the community can bring their vehicles in. Again, Cherry Street always provides this really interesting intersection where all members of the community can come in and spend time in the same space. This will be one more example of where members of our community can bring in a car or bring in a vehicle to get repaired, and actually more than likely be repaired by someone that maybe just days ago was panhandling them on the street, is now learning to reenter society in a better way. Cherry Street runs 24 hours a day, so it is a fantastic place to serve and to volunteer. So if you can imagine all the opportunities that we have for the entire community, more than 4,000 volunteers come through Cherry Street every year. Each one of them are accessing an opportunity, from food service to helping in the LifeBridge Center to mentoring, coaching, chapels, and teaching as well. All kinds of medical professionals all congregate right here at Cherry Street annually. Every year, as a matter of fact, it's both frustrating and elating. Every year, somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 men and women actually make it home through Cherry Street's restorative services. That's the elation part. The frustrating part for us is there was 1,000 more that didn't make it, right? And so we know this for sure because we take really close and pay very close attention to the men and women that we serve and the children that we serve as well. What the Life Revitalization Center represents is an opportunity for more people to go home, right? So every single year, Cherry Street serves 57% of the homeless population in the entire region. More than 2,000 men, women, and children stay under our roof every single year. As a matter of fact, every 24 hours, more than 400 men, women, and children will access one of our services, and that's week-round, month-round, and year-round without fail. It's been interesting to watch this project develop over the last 2 years because we're getting ready to fire up our first 4 schools, and already over the last 8 months, all across the country, people are hearing about what we're doing, and I think it's because of the scale It's because of the sheer size and scale of the project itself, but more importantly than any of that, it's the size of the scale that is absolutely dependent on collaborations that aren't presently existing. And that's really what's exciting people that are coming and taking a look at what we're doing, is how did we get so many partners from all ranges of the society to work together under a single roof. Because, you know, if you're going to build a bridge, you can build a bridge with iron, or you can build a bridge with people. We're choosing to build a bridge with people because that's the one that will last.